If you've ever asked yourself, why do I keep getting deleted in my battleship so early? Or maybe you're frustrated that you're farming damage, but not actually helping your team win, this guide is for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Normal Guy of the North here. Today we're diving into how to properly and correctly play battleships in World of Warships. Battleships are the backbone of any team. You bring the heavy armor, the big guns, and the presence that can decide the outcome of an entire flank. But if you don't play them correctly, you're either a floating citadel waiting to explode, or you're that guy camping 20 kilometers away farming useless damage while your team gets crushed. So in this video, we're going to break down 5 solid, proven points that will instantly make you a better battleship player. I'll also tie in consumables, because managing them properly is what separates average players from great ones. Let's get into it. Battleships excel at mid to long range duels. The sweet spot is usually around 12 to 15 kilometers. Why this range? It keeps you outside of torpedo danger zones. For example, many Japanese destroyers at mid-tiers, like the Mutsuki, have torp ranges of 7 to 8 kilometers. By keeping a buffer of 12 plus, you're out of surprise shotgun range. It still lets you bring your heavy guns to bear. At 15 kilometers, most battleship shells have good penetration and accuracy, and dispersion isn't unbearable. It gives you reaction time to enemy pushes. If a cruiser suddenly angles out or a BB shows broadside, you're already set up to punish them. When the game starts, don't charge caps blindly, spawn on a flank, move up cautiously behind your team's destroyers and cruisers, and use them as a screen. They spot, you punish. Also, use islands smartly. Position where you can show only part of your ship, limiting the angles enemies can shoot you from, and always think about maneuverability. And if you're in something slow like in New York or Colorado, you don't want to commit to tight choke points. Stay in open water where you can turn and kite if needed. Consumables integration. Run a spotting aircraft if your BB has the option. This gives you extra range and spotting capability, and lets you punish cross-map broadsides that would otherwise be safe. Use damage control party DCP only when needed. If you're well positioned, you can tank a fire or two for 20 seconds before using it. Don't waste it immediately. It's your lifeline. Why play this way? Because positioning right maximizes your strengths, those devastating salvos that can delete cruisers, while minimizing your vulnerabilities like torpedo spreads and citadel hits. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Never sail broadside in a battleship. Your armor is designed to bounce shells, but only when you angle it. Keep your ship 20 to 30 degrees toward the enemy you're facing. This makes enemy AP ricochet or overpen, while still letting you fire all your forward guns. But it's not just about angling, it's about not being predictable. Vary your speed, go from full to half, or even stop and reverse. Zigzag slightly, especially when spotted with no visible enemies. That usually means a destroyer is lining up torps. If you're pressured, reverse slowly while keeping your nose in. This lets you buy time for your team to respond. Different nations handle this differently. Yamato and IJN BBs. Long-range snipers. Best used kiting away, angling backward, while raining down accurate salvos. German BBs like Odin or Bismarck, they have Hydroacoustic Search, which lets them push a little more aggressively, but they still need to angle or they'll eat citadels. Why play this way? Because straight line sailing is suicide. A broadside battleship can take 20,000 plus citadel hits in one salvo. Angling and juking reduces incoming damage by 50 to 70%. That's the difference between being dead in 5 minutes or tanking 200k damage while dishing out 150k yourself. Consumables integration. Hydroacoustic Search on German BBs is a lifesaver. Use it when pushing into a contested area or when you suspect torpedoes are coming. Repair party. Don't waste it early. Use it after you've soaked up some damage. Floods, HE pens, or AP volleys. You'll recover tens of thousands of hit points. Battleships are the hammers of the fleet, but you need to swing at the right targets. Your number one priority is destroyers. Why? Because they spot you, they torpedo you, and they control map vision. Even if your AP overpens, a single salvo can chunk a DD for 2k, sometimes more. That damage can be the difference between them surviving to torp later or sinking early and freeing your team. Once DDs are handled, your next targets are broadsiding cruisers. These are your bread and butter. Catching a cruiser broadside at 12 kilometers can result in devastating citadel hits that delete them instantly. If there are no DDs or broadsides available, then you farm damage on angled BBs with HE or well-aimed AP at upper belts and superstructures. Always check the mini-map and coordinate focus fire. Securing quick kills snowballs the flank, which is far more valuable than farming a passive BB across the map. Consumables integration. Spotting aircraft can help reveal DDs or give you cross-map shots at broadsides. Catapult fighters aren't great for spotting, but can disrupt CV strikes. Use them defensively if a carrier is farming you. DCP is clutch here. If you're lit by a cruiser while hunting DDs, don't blow it on one fire. Save it until you've neutralized the immediate threat. Why play this way? Because deleting DDs and punishing broadsides wins games. Farming angled BBs doesn't. Always go for the target that helps your team most. Battleships live or die on consumable management. Misusing them makes you a free kill. Using them correctly turns you into a nightmare to kill. Here's the golden rule. Consumables are lifelines, not panic buttons. Damage control party. Only use it when absolutely needed. Multiple fires, a flood, or critical module damage while under focus. Burning it too early leaves you vulnerable for 60 plus seconds. Repair party. Use it after a fight, not during. If you drop to 50 to 60% HP, wait until you disengage or angle out, then heal back 30 to 40,000. This keeps you in the fight far longer. Spotting aircraft versus fighters. Spotter gives range and accuracy. Fighters give defensive cover. Take spotter in most cases, fighters only if carriers are ruining your day. Special cases, British BBAB Superheal heals citadel damage. Use it after heavy AP strikes. French engine boost. Great for late game flexing or disengaging. German hydro. Time it when entering torpedo lanes or smoke screens. Why play this way? Because your survivability depends on consumables. Managing them well extends your life by 20 to 30% and lets you anchor the late game instead of burning out early. The last point is the most important. Battleships are team ships. Don't solo charge a flank. Instead, coordinate with your cruisers and DDs. Set up crossfires by playing parallel to your allies on different sides of the map. This forces enemies to show broadside to someone, guaranteeing punishments. If your flank collapses, don't die heroically. Start kiting away early, firing over your shoulder while your team resets. A living battleship can swing the late game, a dead one can't. In the late game, BBs become closers. You often have the HP pool, armor, and heals left to push into caps, tank final ships, and secure the win. Preserve your health for this moment. That's when your guns and armor matter most. Consumables integration, launch spotters to maintain vision in a push. Use hydro to clear smoke screens with your team. Chain DCP plus repair party carefully when under crossfire. It keeps you in the game while allies finish the job. Why play this way? Because battleships win games through presence and pressure. You're the anvil that allows your allies to swing the hammer. Work with your team, survive into the late game, and you'll carry far more often than you think. Here's a bonus one that a lot of battleship players overlook, your submarine airstrikes. Every battleship carries them now, and they are one of the most versatile tools in your entire kit. Most people think of them only as a way to hit submarines, and yes, they're essential for that. If you've got a ping on a sub or even just a rough idea of where they dove, drop your ASW strike and you can delete them before they ever get close. But there's more. Destroyer players often forget to turn off their anti-air when they're hunting battleships. If you send your airstrike planes over an area and their AA opens up, it instantly exposes their location. That gives you and your team the chance to punish a sneaky DD that thought they were being clever. And here's a pro-level trick. If a carrier drops a fighter over you to keep you spotted, send your ASW planes right through it. The enemy fighter will prioritize chasing your strike planes, pulling them away, and breaking line of sight on your ship. That one move can save you thousands of hit points by dropping you back into concealment. Why play this way? Because battleships don't have the best concealment or mobility, but with smart use of ASW airstrikes, you can counter subs, expose destroyers, and even shake off carrier spotting. That's 3 huge threats handled with one consumable, and that wraps up our look at how to correctly play battleships in World of Warships. To recap, master your positioning at 12 to 15 kilometers, angle and juke constantly, prioritize DDs and broadsides, manage consumables proactively, play with your team, and save yourself for the late game. Follow these 5 points, and you'll notice an immediate improvement in both your survival and your impact on battles. Thanks for watching, I do appreciate it. And please feel free to click on the videos on your screen for more World of Warships content. But as always, take care, stay safe, and I wish you all the best. See you in the next one, and bye for now.